So I pulled the bike out today. Look at that. It hasn't been out since last summer. I did one good ride last year. Look at that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 12:34 a.m. Had one good ride last year and that was about it. But today they started paving the road at the top of the street today, the main road that I have to use to get out of this neighborhood. And we got an email last night notifying us that they were going to start at 6:30. And the email said that chip seal was going to be used for cost savings. Well, chip seal's the tar and feather method, where they drive a truck down the street and they spray some hot tar or like a liquid layer of asphalt down on the road. And then they drive a dump truck over it full of gravel and slowly release the bed, raise the bed of the dump truck to dump the gravel out on the road, and then let the cars that drive by smash the gravel into the tar and stick in it, and it becomes like a hard gravel road. So chip seal is used primarily in rural areas, very low traffic, farm equipment, stuff like that, because it's really cheap, it's really fast, it's really easy, and if you have to do it again in 5 years, well, you need a gravel truck and some tar. The fact that they would use it in a nice city, a nice area, on a pretty high traffic road. If you're leaving Hudson to Streetsboro or the Turnpike or any of the highways around here, you're taking that road. A lot of school buses on it, a lot of commuters, a lot of neighborhoods off of it. So it was blowing my mind that they were going to do that. So I heard today from my mom when she was driving home, she said, yep, sure enough, they're up there dumping gravel now. So I get on the bike, I ride up there, and I talked to one of the construction guys. I said, so what's the process here? And he explained that they're putting down chip seal on top of, so they ground the road down like 2 inches. They're putting chip seal on top of that, and then, thank God, 2 layers of asphalt on top of that. The chip seal is forming as a crack and hole filling aggregate, just a substance to take up some space and seal the road foundation, as I'll call it, below. So it is going to be asphalt. They got the first layer down today. They're supposed to do the next layer next Friday, so I don't know why it takes 8 days to do the next layer, but whatever. Happy about that. Took way too long to explain it. Felt good to ride the bike again. Both tires were at 4.5 pounds, so they had to be pumped up hardcore. I'm actually going to move the bike because if the doors open tomorrow and there's wind or something, it's going to blow into the car, and that's no good. Spent the majority of the afternoon in here, not with the Accord, with Nick's father's 2006 M5. We did spark plugs in that. He had a misfire on cylinder 2. We didn't know, I guess the plugs were original to that engine, which was replaced at 40-something thousand miles. If I'm wrong, Nick, comment below. So we thought, well, plugs are the easiest and the cheapest thing to do, and it's been a while, so let's do them. So we put in the NGK, LK8, APQs, or whatever the hell they are. Did all 10 of those today. It took a while. Ran into some issues though. So I got the air boxes out of the way, upper and lower. I moved the coolant expansion tank. I moved the power steering reservoir, and then I took off the little spark plug coil pack beauty cover things, which just pop off. And 2 of the 10 coil packs were damaged. The little part that flips up to take the wire out, and then you use that part that flips up as leverage to pull the coil pack out of the head. Those were broken off. So I had nothing to pull the coil packs out. And guess what? Cylinder 10, bank 2, all the way against the firewall, and then cylinder 4, bank 1, second, almost to the firewall. That was fun. I had to use channel locks and vice grips and to avoid damaging them worse. I was able to get them out. It just took some time. And his misfire was on cylinder 2. So when I put the new plugs in, torqued all that to spec, which is a pain in the ass because cylinders 5 and 10 are way back there and you have to build your sockets and extensions and U-joint in the cylinder head. So you drop the 5/8 inch socket in, then a 3-inch extension, then another 3-inch extension, then a U-joint, then a 6-inch extension, then an adapter to half drive, and then another 6-inch extension to torque them down. Forget where I was going with that now. But I did all of that, put it together, and then I moved the coil pack. So I moved coil pack 2, cylinder 2, to cylinder 7 to see if it's a coil pack and not a spark plug, then the code would move from 2 to 7. Got it all done, put the other coil, I put the bad coil, we couldn't find them. We called like 5 dealers, LMS and Hudson, AutoZone and Summit Racing, and nobody has the coil pack. So we had to reuse the 2 broken ones. But I put them in cylinders 1 and 6. So they're right at the front of the engine, they'll be easy to get. But I moved cylinder 2 to 7, buttoned it all back up, started it up, reset the codes, and now the code's on cylinder 7. So it's a bad coil pack. I think Nick said that engine only has 28,000 miles on it. The rear main seal's leaking, the valve cover gaskets are leaking, and it's got bad coil packs, times 3. S85 V10. That is a problem child of an engine. But it still runs, it's in limp mode, rev limiter at 4,000 RPM. It will rev past 2 grand. On my dad's M5, the E60, when it would do that, it wouldn't go past 2,000 RPM, and it wasn't using the throttle bodies, it was only using the idle control valve. So the car wouldn't go over 20 miles an hour. But Nick's is still working. It's probably not even using cylinder 7 since that coil pack shot. So anyways, we're gonna have to take it apart when we get the coil packs and replace at least cylinders 1, 6, and 7 with new packs, and they're $115 a piece for the genuines. I don't know who makes them. If it's Bremmy like the E39, then they're only $65. So we'll see. But that was the majority of today. Megan came down tonight. We had pasta and broccoli for dinner. Raz and Sabrina were here tonight. We hung out downstairs a bit. It's midnight. It's time for bed. That's about it. We took a walk. I guess that was yesterday. Whatever. I'm on a tangent. Tomorrow's Friday. I have no idea what's going on, and I'll film some more tomorrow. We'll talk then.